1 second here. I'm trying to find why I don't have sound. Yes, please. 1 second, and I'll get you the game sound. Boom. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, I think I found it. 1 second. Dun, 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 dun. There you go. Alright. Let's check, make certain the stream is absolutely live. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Wait, that did it? Did I forget to change the stream title? 1 second. That's the wrong one. Can I change this on the YouTube end? Okay. Now, refresh, does that fix it? Yes. Alright, there we go. Okay. Alright. Let's talk to... Name Gigi. Okay. Tier 9 materia, great. Okay, she's been expecting our arrival. Okay. So this is another one of those characters that calculates the future. Assistant of Professor Claudian, work with the Asphodelos. Okay. Really, you've got a strange crystal from the Asphodelos, you see. Huh. Okay. Let's head to Apori and look at this crystal. Let's see, what was the closest one? Oh. Apori would probably be the closest one, yeah. Oh, I forgot to set up, something important, didn't I? 1 moment while I do that. Oops. You do not see the man behind the curtain. Okay, there we go. Test, 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 test. Not working alright? Alright, now you can see me. There we go. Oh, ow. Quite the welcoming committee. Okay. They don't trust each other? Isn't that gear set? It's based on the Skalic gear, I think. Or has a different... what's the word? Neck? Color. Different color. Yes. Alright, cutscene time. Alright, greetings, welcome. Yes, they did tell me. And this is the... Wait, this guy's the leader? Oh, okay. You've been nervous? No greater honor than the first man in history to traverse the ethereal sea and return to tell the tale. Are we really? I suppose this still doesn't count. In a sense, anyways. Okay. Interesting. So we're just patting each other on the back here. Wait, you've had this crystal for how long? 3 months? Uh-huh. Somehow I don't think you're that old. Yes? Interesting. Mm-hmm. Alright. Oh? Now that is interesting. Most interesting. Interesting. Oh, so you've had this thing for like, what? 3 decades? 2 decades? Huh. Yes. I suppose it is. Okay, they want me to look at this crystal. Here's the crystal in question. Okay, let's have a look at it. Well, yes, it does resemble a crystal I've seen before, actually. Resembles quite a few. We've seen many crystals like this. 14 of them, to be precise. Yes, memory abides within this crystal. Yes. And so that's how we found the crystals. And our best pal Hythlodaeus gave us ours. Which we use to this day to summon forth adventurers to kill many, many things. Yes, they use them to transfer memories. It is a very special crystal. My question is, whose crystal? Yes. Soul crystals. Windows through which we can gaze upon the convocation of 14. I don't think that's who's got memories in there, pal. Yes. Hello. Earth to Professor. Yes, you are being quite rude. Yes. Perhaps they would. Let's see what's inside this crystal, shall we? If anyone hears my message, please come to Pandaemonium. Please. Faces, grave threat, star in danger. Interesting. Yeah, it doesn't bode well. I think we have some time traveling to do. Pandaemonium. It's not a word you've heard before? Really? If your knowledge of the ancient tongue serves you, it means all demons. Not a name that inspires optimism, all things considered. He's got a point there. Oh, excuse me. Late night. In the event that another star-shattering cataclysm is in fact bearing down upon us, I would have the aforementioned examples of crystallized memory to hand. Yes. Yes. You want me to go find them? It likely was. Indeed it would. Oh, did we make that knowledge a little too public, did we? Well, I guess we'd better go. Huh. Yeah. Don't believe all the tales. Come on, I didn't tell all of them. Some of them are exaggerated. Yes. I shall return to the past. Once more. Going back to Elpis. Yeah, I think I will keep this crystal. Yes. Alright. Off we go. Back to the past. Alright. And... let's see. Oh, I've gotta go. Really? You're gonna make me go through the ocular. Okay. Let's go. Alright, so far, we know we have a crystal from an Ascian from the past. We're going to Elpis to find out who the crystal maker was. It was probably Elidibus because we saw that cutscene at the end of Endwalker of Elidibus staring down into the depths below Elpis. Okay. Once more, to the past. If we can even make this journey. If receives this message. Come, Pandaemonium, quickly. Wait, are we going directly to Pandaemonium? Are we bypassing Elpis altogether? Ooh. That didn't sound good. Oh, well. This is most interesting. We appear to have fallen into Elpis this time. Where is everyone? Oh. We fell into someone. Elidibus, I presume. Could it be? No, of course not. Apologies, but for the briefest moment, I thought you to be a dear friend of mine. I realize now that such a notion is preposterous. Huh. Azam, isn't it who you thought I'd to be? Told me a falling star would appear before me, and I suppose you must be it. Truth be told, I did not expect the expression to be so literal. Oh, that's hardly surprising. I wonder, was it Azam who told it? Or Emmett? Or Ithlo? Who, I wonder? Demis. That was his name, huh? Interesting. Ah, apologies for not introducing myself properly. My name is Themis. As you can see by my bare face, I am not one of Elvis's observers. Rather, I came here on an assignment which has been more or less routine up until this very moment. You certainly do know how to make an entrance. I must wonder what brought you here, for it is plain that you do not belong here, or any place I know, for that matter. Well, that's strange, because many seem to think I'm a familiar. Oh, let's just stick with that one. It appears my initial impression was not so preposterous after all. I did not know my friend had such a unique familiar at his disposal. It was Azam! If you are here at Azam's behest, then I believe I can hazard a guess as to your purpose. You are here to investigate Pandaemonium, yes? Yes, yes, yes. If so, we may be able to help one another. But first, might I trouble you to explain how you came to collide with my skull? Well, you see, there was teleportation and time magics involved, and then I woke up, apparently having impacted with your skull. My apologies. I see. I believe that dispels any major doubts I had concerning your intentions. Apologies for being so intrusive, but you must understand this is an uncommon occurrence. Yes. I shall pry no further, for I'm well aware that we all have secrets we must keep. However, if I may, I would very much like to take a look at this crystal of yours. Oh? I don't read body language very well. That I can read. Head nods. Yes, I can read that. Fascinating. While I cannot say much as to what it contains, it is clear that there are memories stirring within. Good, good. Memories that speak of something gravely amiss in Pandaemonium. Yes. The underworld. The domain of Emmett Selk, as I recall. The facility extends beneath Elpis, and is overseen by the words of La Habrea. Surprising. It houses those creations that are highly valued as research subjects and highly dangerous to the star. Naturally, it is strictly guarded and under constant surveillance. Ah, not the underworld. Okay. Several days ago, however, an unnatural shift in the flow of its surrounding ether was detected. Soon thereafter, all communications from Pandaemonium ceased. That does not sound good. I am here as representative of an organization that works directly with the Convocation and have been tasked with investigating this incident. Now that there is some measure of transparency between us, might I offer a suggestion as to what we should do next? Yes, please do. Okay, materia. Correct. I'm going to look up Themis while we wait on this loading screen. During the course of your investigation, you may discover valuable artifacts. These can be exchanged for equipment sold by speaking with Mylene in Emporia or Joel in Razatan. Okay. Interesting. Wait. Okay, so it says here, Themis is one of the 12 Titan children of Gaia and Uranus, and the second wife of Zeus. She is the personification of justice, divine order, fairness, law, and custom, and her symbols include the scales of justice. Ah. Lady Justice is where we get that one. Yes, that's where that image has survived in the modern culture. So... This is definitely La Habrea. Now then, my proposal is a simple one. Let us journey to Pandaemonium together. Our destination is the same, and I suspect the arrangement would work to our mutual benefit. Besides, I should have no trouble gaining its both access. I do hope you agree. I would be loath to part ways from the falling star I had been waiting so long for. Originally, I had planned to conduct my investigation with the friend I mentioned earlier. He had also noticed the anomaly near Pandaemonium, so it only seemed natural that we should investigate it together. However, he eventually decided that it would be unwise for us both to go. If two members of our organization were seen poking our heads about restricted facilities, it could raise questions, you see. I decided to go alone, but he left me with these words, "Fear not, for in my absence a star shall fall before you." While I could not comprehend his meaning at the time, I believe now I understand. He does have a way of being right about these things. Even so, his hints of what to come are generally more cryptic. I suppose I should have kept my gaze to the heavens. Suffice it to say that I am grateful for your presence either way. As for the matter at hand, we must first gain permission from the words of La Habrea for entry into Pandaemonium. There ought to be a speaker waiting at Anagnoresis. There we go. Thankfully, I can fly. Alright. Alright. There weren't any balance changes noted in the patch notes, which I'm actually kind of surprised by. Oh. Okay. Interesting. Ah, yes. Okay. So, native permission should be more or less ready. Have we met him somewhere before? What a fascinating etheric signature. In accordance with the Convocation's request, the two of you have been granted leave to observe Pandaemonium. I shall register your ether for the records. From this point on, you may freely come and go from Pandaemonium as you please. I swear he looks like the spitting image of Haurchefant. Although that was a painless process, I take this as a sign that we are meant to conduct our investigations together. Of course, while you have been permitted entry into the facility, the specimens housed inside must be handled with the utmost care. You are to heed the warder's instructions at all times. Very well. Those who conduct their work within Pandaemonium are called warders for their role with respect to the creatures within. Generally, creations that pose a threat to the safety of the star must be undone. However, the words of La Habrea deem certain such creations as worthy of further study, interring them within the facility. Those who spend their days in Pandaemonium are not merely researchers. They must work tirelessly to ensure that none of their subjects slip their shackles. So, Archaea Tanya, the world boss fate from Shadowringers. Is that one of these? For all intents and purposes, this place is a dungeon. Perhaps such a comparison arouses frightful imagery, but Pandaemonium is a frightful place. Well. Interesting. I know not the purpose of your investigation, But if you discover aught that merits a report, pray do so with utmost haste. Master La Habrea shall guide us upon the proper course of action from there. Then I take it that means you have detected nothing amiss as of late? The warders have reported nothing that would cause alarm. Minor fluctuations in ether have been observed, but surely Master La Habrea would have acted if they were anything worth worrying about. I see. It appears La Habrea is kept well abreast of the goings-on here, then. I hope I am not overstepping my boundaries by asking, but you seem to be quite familiar with Master La Habrea. Do you know him? Oh, the stories I could tell you. You are no mere familiar, are you? Master La Habrea is not known for being generous with his time. That one would have stories of his company almost beggars belief. Regardless, while I doubt I need to tell you this, he is of the convocation. Take care that your actions do not hinder his work. And with that, we are free to make our way to Pandaemonium. The naos that will take us there is on the eastern bank of Leth. Let us delay no further. Eastern bank of Leth? Not the Leth? Interesting. Usually when we speak of a bank, we speak of it in regards to a body of water, and when speaking of a body of water, we always refer to it as the body of water. Where body of water would usually be the name, so usually we would think of it as the bank of the Leth, not Leth. This will be interesting. Let's see what we find in Pandaemonium, shall we? Probably some manner of prison break, I suppose. But one that will afford us much insight. Alright. I had to contain my surprise for the sake of appearances, but is it true that you two have met La Habrea in the flesh? I find you more fascinating by the moment. Still, I shall refrain from asking too many questions. Secrets will make our journey all the more intriguing. It really is La Habrea! That's exactly what I would expect from young La Habrea after reading Tales from the Shadow. We shall come to know each other in time, I wager. Or else why would fate have orchestrated our meeting? In any case, let us be off. Truth be told, this will be my first time beholding the fabled Pandaemonium with my own eyes. Here's to a new adventure, eh? Oh. Okay. Well, we saw this in the preview, so let's see what we got. Definitely ominous. It is as you feared? Why? Are these cages supposed to be full? The speaker seemed in such high spirits that for a moment I thought the ethereal irregularity not nearly so grave a portent as I had imagined. Alas, it was a fleeting and vain hope. To gaze upon this complex network of chains and wars, the untrained eye might not sense anything awry. No effort has been spared in making this place impenetrable. Something is off. Something is very off. Even the finest of masterworks is not without its flaws, however. Someone or something is tampering with the protections. It is working from within, eroding them from the inside out. Fear not, there is no immediate danger. I reinforced what protections I could the moment we arrived. This will not put an end to whatever is occurring, but it shall at least serve to slow its progress. One small victory, though the road ahead of us is yet long. Yes, powerful forces are at work here. Excuse me. Came out of nowhere. The silence in the air speaks volumes. While I did not expect a bustling facility, I see not a single warder. Our first course of action should be to seek one out, wherever they may be. However, there is something you must know. The magic I wove upon entering requires my constant awareness. That is to say, if we are forced to fight, I cannot risk joining you in battle. Should I lose focus, Pandaemonium's protections will rapidly crumble before the force assailing them. Were there another way, I would gladly choose it, but let us at least be grateful that neither of us is here alone, trapped in hopeless circumstances. If we should fail to find a peaceable solution, then I hope that I can rely on your strength to see us through. This request doesn't come as a surprise, to be honest. At least you received it with good humor. Rest assured, I do not mean to stand by idly while you risk life and limb. I hope to be able to lend at least a touch of magical support. Creation magics do have their uses in that regard. I had it in mind to use your ether as a basis for illusory allies that will fight at your side. Perhaps 7 shall do. Not exactly an army, but by the looks of you, a formidable band, nonetheless. Then, so shall it be. Now, what I wonder awaits us in Pandaemonium's pitiless halls. Well, interesting. Asphodelos, the first circle, now accessible. Okay. Well, here we go. Yes. Be ready for the worst, and you shall never be taken by surprise. Okay. Into Pandaemonium. Well, this shouldn't take long. There we go. Tank queues are the best. Okay. First dungeon. Well, floor. First boss. First raid. The world unsundered. Asphodelos, the first circle. Oh? Oh look, a warder. Why is he running? Is he coming to say hello? You'll say that? You must? What are you doing? He just transformed. What? This appears to be one of the words we seek, but I'm afraid he is in no state to answer questions. Perhaps you can bring him to his senses. Very well. Okay. A little long for a cutscene, but interesting. Oh. Warder of the Condemned. Asphodelos. Chains, huh? Oh. Was not expecting a countdown. Oh, okay, I see. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. So he's gonna use that mechanic. Oh, it's a knockback too. Okay, it's on the left side. No vulnerabilities on that. Ice and flame? Overwhelmed by the power of fire. Oh, okay, I see. This is easy. Okay, we gotta go over this way. There'll probably be something preventing us from moving in. Savage. Order's Wrath. I'm guessing that's that. Shining cells? I cannot allow you to run free. Okay, I'm gonna stand in blue for now. Okay, sounds like he's going to do fire on... Yeah. Okay, and then I'm gonna switch. He's gonna do ice. See? Got this figured out. Boom. Easy game. Oh, he's doing ether flow at the same time. Oh, okay. Okay. I see. And then he's gonna do Pitiless Flail, so they need to get right up on him. That. Ether Flail is on that side. And I can hit him Frost Fine right here. Slam shot. I'm just gonna reprisal that as a just in case. What do you know? It was a raid wide. Okay, I'm starting fire. I can just stay here. No, I can't. Crap, I need to go this way. And I can come here. Oh, crap, this is gonna go off very close. Yep. We did it. I don't have a Prizel for this. Thankfully, the other king does. I'll get this one. I've got this. Didn't even take damage. Didn't even hurt. Shining cells. Okay. Oh. Ether flailing this time. Okay. Ether flailing. Of course you are. Already established I can hit you from here though. Can't wait for Savage where he has a smaller hitbox and I can't do that. Boom! Done! Let's see. We got 2 weeks. Do I want to go for... And I'm probably going to replace it anyway, so... Might as well just go for... like a chest and legs setup. Alright. I'll give it to you. You seem to be doing pretty good. Let's see, I don't need these or these. Again, I could also get... Yeah, that one's pretty easy. As they were saying. Let's see what I can do. Okay, guess we're going for chest this week. It was a thrilling display, and if I may be so vaunting, the warriors I spun from your ether fought even more splendidly than I had anticipated. Suppose they were cut from excellent cloth after all. We should wait until this man regains his senses. He wears the robes of a warder, and I would be very curious to know what drove him to attack us sight unseen. Yes. He stirs. What came over you? That's what we'd like to know. It's coming back to you. Your mind was filled with a storm of desperation and anger. I leapt at you, though I knew not of your intentions. Pray accept your apologies and your thanks. And do not knock some sense back into you. You had fallen upon someone less capable of defending themselves. Yes. Well. You are Asphodelos, a warder of Asphodelos, Pandaemonium's highest lair, and the place we're in now. Well, must wonder why you were so desperate to keep us out. What is happening at Pandaemonium? And creations interred within Asphodelos have been set free and stalk its halls to no end but violence. Well, I suppose it's time we hunt them down, isn't it? That is not good to say the least. Has this ever happened before? Never, huh? Each level of Pandaemonium is under the charge of a keyword, who keeps strict control over the most minute aspects of their domain. They're selected with great care, and their loyalty to Master Lahabre is absolute. Yet something has gone terribly wrong. Try as we might to hold the line, the chaos within is overwhelming. I hardly realized that I had become separated from my colleagues. I remember, of course, the whispers assailing my senses, and afterwards only flashes of rage and fury. Then, blackness, from which I awoke to find that whatever had overcome you was gone. See, your senses may have been muddled by magics that affect the mind. Perhaps the self-same ones that saw you separated from the other warders. Whatever had taken hold of you, they lose clutches, thank you for come from the surface must mean that some word of our plate has reached the outside world. You know, anything that may help right up. Etheric disturbances. Weakening of lords. From the inside. That's about all we can tell so far. Horrors among horrors. So Pandaemonium's protections are indeed being dismantled from within. By the same individual or individuals that release his captives and set them upon you, no doubt. Such knowledge avails us little, however, if we cannot ascertain their identity. Demis, was it? You said you worked for an organization under the auspices of the Convocation. Were they to receive word of what has transpired here, what measures would they take? Doubtless, they would consider this place to be a lost cause. Pandaemonium's ties to the outside world would be severed, or perhaps it would be wiped from existence entirely. That seems a bit extreme. As I thought. Were the creatures to escape into the outside world, there would be untold carnage. The words of Alabrea would never risk that, despite what value the research subjects may hold. All the more reason to work with haste. If we can't expect further help, then it falls upon you, say the others. You'll not leave them behind. Yes, he would go alone. He's smart. And cares. Yes, see? He's not gonna leave him to face certain doom. Yes. 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 Well, that's not entirely true. Strength of resolve can be bolstered by dynamis. Yes. Indeed. Yes. Yes, it will reach a satisfactory conclusion, won't it? Ah, there was never there was never any doubt, my good fellow. Yes. Yes. Alright. Let us go. Yes. Yes, 3 is more entertaining than 2. Yes. And he may have. Hopefully some have followed him out. Though, it seems unlikely. Well, we made it to the gates. What now? Yes, indeed. Cunning and power indeed. Not a sound to be heard from within. Which means neither creature nor warden has made it this far. We should begin forming a plan to save them at once. Yes. Creatures or wardens. Naturally. Although they may be dangerous, they're valuable research subjects. I wouldn't see our labor and untold hours of study go to waste. Interesting. I dare say La Habrea would smile to hear you say such a thing. That is, if we had cause to report this incident to him. Smile. I'm not sure his face is capable of such ones. Indeed. Ah, so you have met him before. I was under the impression he rarely visited Pandaemonium. You have, yes. Interesting. My mentor was the previous head of this facility, that is to say, La Habrea's predecessor in the position of Chief Keyword. Interesting. So he knows La Habrea quite well. Her name was Athena, and she was a researcher with the words. It was she who appointed me to this position. See, I did not know there was a Chief Keyword before La Habrea. Your motivation to save your research subjects is not entirely driven by duty to the words, then. You wish also to preserve the work of your mentor. You have the right of it. I'm lacking ideas of how to go about that, however. You're a mere warder, cannot wield interment magics. Ah, but of course I can hardly expect you to be versed in the magics we use here. If you recall, during our battle earlier, I bound you in ethereal shackles. No, I don't recall that, actually. Interment is a more refined and powerful magic based upon the same principles. While both are used to keep our subjects docile, only the keyword of each tier is permitted to use interment. Even if I were allowed, I lack the aptitude to use the spells to any notable effect. Fascinating. I have some knowledge of these forms of spellcraft, actually. La Habrea himself established their foundation, if I recall. While shackles are meant to bind an object in place for a short time, interment freezes the very space around it for as long as the caster wills. Interment freezes this very space around it for as long as the caster wills. Haven't we come across this before? Indeed, while the illusory beings you summoned in our fight suggested as much, I see your knowledge of magic is vast. Perhaps you've already mastered the art of interment, and I've been lecturing you like a child all this time. I am afraid my knowledge ends there. I have not the precise understanding of how the invocations interact with natural laws that would be needed to cast the said spells with any consistency. While I consider myself well versed in various magics, I would be ill-advised to assume the duties of keyword without instruction. That being said, if I were to learn more of interment and its inner workings, perhaps. Well, you have a warder standing in front of you. Now, the solution is obvious when you put it like that. Ericthonius, you implied that what prevented you from performing interment was lack of magical capacity. What if I supplemented your power with my own? Would the spell succeed then? I can't say for certain. I've never heard of such a thing being done. I believe it may be our best recourse. That is, of course, assuming you can perform the initial rites and incantations flawlessly. Even the smallest misstep, and we would have to start over. You needn't worry about that. I've seen the spells cast so many times that their motions have been burned in my memory. I won't disappoint. Very well, let us work out the specifics afterwards. Once we do, we can test out our methods on one of the escaped creatures. Though, I suppose there is the matter of finding one. It would be foolish to rush in blindly, lest we find ourselves surrounded with naught but an untested stratagem at our disposal. Nay, I would prefer to engage a single creature that Aldous could dispatch on his own if the spell were to go awry. I agree, but I may have an idea in that regard. I recall seeing the hippocampus wandering the waterways during my flight. Perhaps it's still there. Hippocampus? Really? Few of the subjects housed within Asphodelos are fond of water, and I believe we'll be able to engage the beast without fear of unwanted guests. Oh dear. Then that shall be our first target, or perhaps subject is a better term. Before we commence with the interment magics, the creature should be weakened to a sufficient degree. I believe I can trust you with that task. Nice to handle as ever. Once you have given it a thorough trancing, we shall bind this hippocampus with the keyword's magic. Until then, my illusions shall fight by your side. The hippocampus will be alone, but it is a daunting opponent nonetheless. Its magic warps the environment around it, and it will be at home amidst the waterways. Steel yourself for a fight. I have a feeling I'm about to fight a giant hippopotamus. Alright, second circle, let's go. Giant hippo? Probably giant hippo time. Wait, what do they say? If you ever drove home the fact that our subjects should be treated with the utmost care, it would be best if we could see them confined once again rather than disposed of like beasts gone feral. I take it we are each ready to fulfill our respective roles. Truth be told, this will be the first time I've practiced magic that requires such a degree of cooperation between parties. How thrilling. Definitely La Brea, or not La Brea, Elidibus. Water-wielding hippocampus. Okay. The second circle. So, odds on the giant hippopotamus fight? Come on, it's giant hippopotamus. Come on, show me the hippopotamus. Come on. Oh, no, it's not a hippopotamus. It's much worse than a hippopotamus. Oh, gosh. This thing's good. Alright. Oh, dear. You may have drawn inspiration from a hippopotamus, though. Holy. Yep. Let's put an end to this thing, shall we? Oh look, it's doing the Endwalker thing. That looks interesting. Wait, did it just center itself? Okay. Okay, so one of them's a cleave, one of them's a line forward. Ah, I see. Sewage deluge. Is this a tank buster? It's at the very least a frontal cone. Oh. Yes. Dark Knight, you want to come to high ground? Oh, I think I see. I'm just gonna pop that just in case. Yeah, I'm good. Wait, the head comes off? Oh, no, we're staying over here. We're staying over here. It can grow as... Holy crap, this thing's awful. Who made this thing? I want to kill them. Yeah, we're staying right here. We're staying nice and safe right here. Yep. See? That positioning works out perfectly. Oh, tank can take that flare away. They can take the head away. Yeah, perfect. That gets prizeled. And boss is going to center himself and cast Sewage Deluge, which appears to be a heavy hitting raid wight. Okay, so maybe he doesn't do the full Monty with the... Okay, we want to be on this side right here. Oh, wow. Do we have any resers up? Yes, we do. Please, Red Mage, save us! Wait, it didn't go on to... Ah, crap. I don't think I got out in time. Dang it. Oh, there is a... Yay. Okay, that healer's alive for now. Let's get the healer up, please. I don't want to know what that's going to do. Ah, crap, they didn't keep themselves alive. This thing's at 70%. We want to be over here. Yep. So, yeah, I think we should probably just wipe it. Is that a kill plane? Let's see. Yeah, I think we're not gonna kill this fast. Dark Knight probably knows the fight, but they don't have the ability to keep themselves alive on their own. Okay, let's go ahead and give everyone a countdown. Yes, red and orange AoEs are different. Really appreciate it if the Dark Knight would turn off stance during the whole. Because my first GCD does not do a lot of aggro. Besides, you know, the additional enmity. But it's gonna center itself. Okay, and then we want to be over here. here. And back here. Wait. Oh, this boss doesn't have the positional marker. They don't need to worry about positionals on this boss. Awesome. Just gonna pop that. Doing much better this go around. It certainly hits like a truck though with those autos. Being so close to my eye level. Only having what, 10 eye levels above mid eye level? Oh no. No. We are not staying on that side of the map. I remember that mechanic. I see you there. Bahamut from... what's it called? Warrior of Light, 5.3, Seed of Sacrifice. So that one needs to be mitigated heavily. Can't just stand back here and we'll be safe. Oh no. It's straight through the boss. Okay. Ooh, that was close. Sewage eruption. AoEs. Wait, this side. Just gonna pop that just in case. Did not want to step into that, but yeah. Crap, wait again. Which side's that going down? Okay, we go this way. Of course, it's going to be that. This boss doesn't have any positional requirements. That's interesting. This boss doesn't have positional requirements on it. Right here. It's gonna be like one corner of the arena that's safe and savage. Or he's gonna do other mechanics during that. Okay, we go down here. Guess that's the safe spot. Oops. Oh, crap. You really gotta pay attention to where you're walking with this one. Oof. That pulse of life came in at just the right time. Yeah, the guy in the last one that was saying something about this fight being a little more difficult and these other fights being more doozies is absolutely right. Okay, I was clearly using arm's length. That. What do you know? Line it perfectly with coherence. Kodank is dead. Oh, they're alive. I don't have mitigation for this, so the dancer's dead. Yep. I was going to use the instant flash actually, but I didn't have time. I needed the blood wedding. Okay, come over to here. I love being able to throw myself like this. Save spots right here. I didn't get there fast enough. Really want to use that knockback prevention here. Let's just go ahead and get our damage out. All the big hits. This guy's almost dead. Get that burst out. Yeah. You did some. We did it. Hippocampus defeated. Oy. That is one ugly thing. Well done. Are they going to be able to bind it successfully? Awesome. Ooh, it is sealed. Back to your cell, little beastie. Alright. There's a chance I win the chess piece. Probably not, though. It actually took us a second. Oh. Are they going to DC? That would not be good. Okay. Well, I didn't win anything. Alright. Yeah. No mere mercenary indeed. Huh. Interesting to note that they had mercenaries back in the days of the ancients. In the world unsundered. Make such clean work of the hippocampus. Seasoned fighters scarcely have occasion to visit Pandaemonium, let alone display their skills. Mastery takes all forms indeed. Needless to say, our plan worked to perfection. In no small part thanks to you two. Yes. Well. Nemesis power is more than enough to complete the internment. Spellcasting was never your strong suit. Which is interesting because I was kind of under the impression that magecraft was something that pretty much all the ancients were really good at. This is our second ancient now, with the first being Asphodelos, who said that they weren't really all that great with spells. Interesting. Almost made you feel like a proper magus. Truly, having seen your abilities firsthand in your fight with all this, I beg to disagree. Yes. Shackles is the one exception, and 'tis only because I've been forced to practice it since I was but a small child. Other magics leave you feeling completely out of your depth. Well, regardless, it seems yeah, stuff's on your side. Alright, improve the impossible possible after all, yes. Crit, 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 crit. Yes. Yeah, indeed. The fires of creation. That's going to wipe the smile right off my face. All our success in sitting away the hippocampus is certainly heartening. The fact that we have yet to see any other warders concerns me. The keyword of Asphodelos is nothing if not cautious. Doubtless he has gathered what warders he could and retreated to a safe area. Let us hope so. It occurs to me that I know little of the keywords besides their magical prowess. Is there aught more you can share? Of course, a man named Asphodelos is in charge of Asphodelos. Not only does he have thorough knowledge of the creatures here, but he takes great pains to be a mentor to each of the warders under his charge. He has done much to ensure that I flourished here in spite of my ineptitude at magic, and I have always known him to be the sort of man who faces difficult decisions with unwavering composure. Furthermore, keywords are not only masters of interment, they can also bend the hallways of Pandaemonium to their will with creation magics. With all this in mind, I am certain that so long as Asphodelos guides them, the other warders are safe. Provided he's not gone rogue. I can see why absolute control over the environs is imperative. Had we faced the hippocampus upon arid sands instead of the waterways, I suspect the battle would have ended much more quickly. Yeah, me too! In any case, if this Hesperos is as capable and caring as you say, we would do well to seek him out as soon as we can. He has like as not taken your colleagues to a secure location. Now, the place would be the innermost circle of Asphodelos. From there, they could flee to Abyssos if hard-pressed. Even should they have sought safe haven within the other circles, if we make for the fourth, we ought to encounter them on the way. Indeed, we shall gain a comprehensive understanding of the situation within Asphodelos, which shall be essential in determining whether we ought to continue down to Abyssos. The rub, of course, is that I myself possess no power to bend the circles to my will. Instead, we must proceed through the central corridor, which is barred by the Phoenix? Oh no. This thing. As I recall from the Tales from the Shadow, La Habrea was forced to— no, not La Habrea. La Habrea and the Lords of La Habrea couldn't deal with it. Emmett Selk was forced to come assist them. He was forced to come take its soul forcibly and shove it into the underworld. Beyond unquenchable brilliance, the perfected concept boasts nigh boundless restorative powers, if I recall. Truly an exemplary feat of creation magics. Perfection is ever built on the back of failure, however, and La Habrea suffered countless missteps during his experiments. And he was hardly the only one. The Phoenix will be but one of many attempts at the concept gone awry. Far from evoking wonder, our Phoenix is a creature of fury and wrath, and seeks only to turn the world to ash. Thus was it confined within Pandaemonium. Development of the concept continued elsewhere, but as the moons turned, more and more researchers demanded the project is an impossibility, save for La Habrea and his words. But they did eventually succeed. I received word that at long last, La Habrea succeeded where so many others had failed. I was nearly overcome. Pray tell, how did the warders of Pandaemonium celebrate their master's accomplishment? I don't believe we did. The research of the words of La Habrea has little consequence to our work here, save for those rare times it charges us with a new specimen. Truth be told, I don't remember anyone making note of the occasion. Huh. Interesting. But enough reminiscing. We must make ready to confront the Phoenix. Well, it's possible that it flew off to some other wing of Pandaemonium. We would make that assumption at our own peril. Better to assume that we'll need to bring Asphodelos' most unruly subject to heel. Oh, well, number 3 is the most unruly. What's number 4 then? I certainly see no reason to delay. The Phoenix's power over flame will avail it far less in a barren corridor than elsewhere, so it may well serve us to subdue it sooner rather than later. It is a barren corridor. Yes. Yes, please. Please be barren. Oh. It's not home? Something I miss. Oh. I believe I begin to see the issue. Oh, no. There's our firebird right there. It's been outside lighting fires, hasn't it? Oh. Asphodelos. What the? Oh no. This is a problem. Keywords rogue. That's not good. Seems whoever's behind this can alter the space around us at will. We face an uphill battle. Indeed. Impossible. If those were creation magics at work, then that means... Let us confront that reality after we have conquered the enemy in front of us. Every drop of our focus shall be required if we are to inter the Phoenix. Phoenix. I'm not sure why they spelled it like that. Do they truly mean Phoenix? Or are they just spelling Phoenix weirdly? I don't know. Firebird. We'll just call it Firebird. Not our first time fighting a Firebird, though. Turn 12, after all. Yes. Third circle. Oh, well, we get to fight it on its terms, not ours, sadly. One more tank and we're good to go. I love having instant Q times with tanks. Isn't it so wonderful? It's awesome to be a tank right now. I just absolutely love it. Okay. So, taking in mind what we learned from the markers of the last fight and the previous fight, this fight's probably not going to use any of the same markers at all. So, we need to be on alert for completely new tells. Also, I need to, oops. There we go. That'll do it. Okay. Getting into the swing of things. Trusted companions are here. Where's the Firebird? Oh. Firebird. It has 3 heads. That's important. Boss design is always important. 3 heads. 4 wings. 4 tails? Nope, don't cancel it. Not sure why they put Cardion on Paladin. Paladin's a thing tank. Why do I get the feeling this is going to be bad? Oh, I see. It's like Shiva circles, but worse, because they have it all at once. Experimental fire plume? I don't see a plume. Crap! Falls directly on it. Holy crap. More healing, please. Oh, that's the raid wipe. Holy crap. Invuln. Need healing. Yeah, first two are not even a warlock, they say. Yeah, no doubt. It would appear that way. Oh. So the darkened fires are immortal and we have to put those AoEs on them. I don't... That's a wipe. Oh, boy. T12 indeed. Okay. Yep. Alright. Okay, so first fire plume. We can stay in the center until it gets to the end. And then next fire plume. There's gotta be a toe. That's the toe. Comes down there. Melees are not going to like that. Let's just go ahead and prizle that. Ouch. Art of Condemnation. Darkened Fire. Okay, I did not get one of them on me. Oh, this is when they come out. Brighten Fire. Right, Cinderman. It's probably meaning it's right. Yep. And this one has positionals. Okay. Yeah, I'm going over here. I don't like the look of this. I really don't like the look of this. Okay. Oh, crap! Oh boy, this is not going to be good. I probably want to avoid Venn diagrams, don't I? Because if I don't, I can just see these things red. Oh dear. going to do. Please don't tell me this is the DPS check. Okay, it's doing right. Cinder Wings. We go over here. Are they just adding to its autos? Or, no. Those are all from players. Oh, crap! Okay, so that was, something. Okay. Let's keep her centered. Alright. Okay, I'm going to try and stay up in this nice little... Whoa, they explode! They expand! Oh, crap. I do not like this. I'm going to mitigate that. This is the first tier. We could be looking at the hardest first tier since Midas. Or not Midas, Gordius. If the Savage version holds up to the mechanical difficulty we're seeing in normal. I think I went north-ish. It's hard to tell. Ah, crap. This is gonna be the safe spot until first explosion, second explosion. Stay center until the first one goes off. Just like Shiva circles. Just like Shiva circles. Oh. They always move with you. Oh, crap. This is an anti-melee fight. Okay. Did we not hit all of them? Okay, we did. Yeah. I have no clue it's hitting the off tank. It's probably those fusion thingies around the boss. Very technical, yes. Yes, yes. Experimental charge room? Do I want to know? I mean, I think yes, that's the answer. Unfortunately. Okay. Man. This fight is loving its downtime. Fledgling fight? I don't recall this one from. Oh, it's this one. Ooh, boy. That's probably a rebirth. No, it's done. Hey, Elise, that followed. Fire is consuming the field. Yeah, noticed. Oops. Whew. Only took us 2 attempts. 2 attempts. Alright. It's dead. This is a normal one? Holy crap. Turned. Back to your cell, beastie. Okay. Well, that's 2 for Asphodelos. What's the last fight? Is it Hesperos? Hopefully I win something this time. Whew. That was not easy. Certainly does seem reminiscent of turn 12, however. Aww. Yay. Okay, I need 1 from 2, I need 1 from 4. Then I'll get a chest piece, which is biggest stat upgrade. Yes. That Firebird is shackled once more. However, there is yet the matter of this arena. As you've told us, there is but 1 person in Asphodelos with the ability and authority to wield such magics. Though fortunately, it appears he has saved us the trouble of finding him. Hesperos. A contemptible display, as befits an inferior specimen. Excuse me? Oh, they're talking about the Firebird. Even so, I expected to at least delay your advance. Imagine my surprise when I saw the chains of interment drag the Phoenix back to its cage. Either the bird is even more of a failure than its creators cared to admit, or you are no means trespassers. Meaning average in the sense. I had hoped our suspicions were misplaced, but alas. Hesperon. Or Hesperos. Keyword Hesperos. Why? Why have you brought such chaos to your beloved Pandaemonium? Pandaemonium, pitiless, impenetrable, and utterly steadfast, unlike those charged with its keeping. What has possessed you? I don't understand. Indeed, the ancients are typically dressed so grandiose. Oh, Ericthonios, must you pester me with these inane questions? Think for yourself. Surely you can muster a theory or two with that dim wit of yours. Then again, you have never been one for insight. Why Master La Habrea suffers your mediocrity, I shall never understand. Well. You may look like him, but you're not the Hesperos I know. Something has warped you, too, from the inside out. The keyword I know had compassion for all those under his charge, be they clad in robes or shackled in chains. Was that all a farce? Did you hide your contempt for us all these years? Those who are content to merely glimpse the water's surface are doomed to be dragged into its depths. You prove my opinion of you with every word. My mind is clearer than it has ever been. Even now, seeing you feebly grasp for answers makes the bile rise in my throat. Such wasted potential. To be son to Master La Habrea, yet no more skilled with magic than a newborn babe. Ooh. It's all coming out. But of course, it's always about La Habrea. Silence. You are not worthy to utter his name. For once, be grateful to witness a feat beyond your meager abilities. Beyond your shallow reckoning, I have slipped the surly bonds of mortality. I have become one with our mythic creations and rid myself of imperfections. I stand upon the threshold of godhood? Really? As a Hemetheos shall I serve Master La Habrea, ever faithful unto the end of days. Oh, you're going to try and intern us now. Funny. And you shall require no other. I think not. Well done, Elidibus. Why are you so blinded by arrogance that you have lost sight of what it means to serve? Ericthonios is more capable than you could ever know. It was thanks to his instruction that I was able to master the art of internment, both how to wield it and how to break free of it. He is a fast learner, isn't he? Let us quit this place. Whatever poison has corrupted Hesperos's mind, it is plain his power far eclipses our own. Let us have time to gather our strength. Weaklings though they may be, it takes a singular aptitude to master interment so quickly. To say nothing of how swiftly that familiar laid low the Phoenix. Yeah, well, that's because I'm more than just a familiar, aren't I? Regardless, their noble aims will be their undoing. Where they fritter away their strength in calming the beasts of Asphodelos, I continue my work. Even should they survive long enough to reach the heart of my domain, naught shall await them but doom. I eagerly await your arrival, Ericthonios. Even dolids have their uses. What exactly are you planning? Oh, there's the lad. darkest suspicions have been realized. We face the keyword of Asphodelos himself. More than that revelation, however. Or revelation. Revelation? Revelation. However, Asphodelos worries me. He loved Hesperos for his compassion, but received naught but scorn from whatever the keyword has become. He has said little since our return. I only hope that the shock of recent events does not prove to be a death knell for his resolve. Who wards the warders? Quite a bit for completing this one, I'd say. Much as I am loath to disturb Asphodelos so soon after what just occurred, I'm afraid circumstances do not afford us the luxury of time. Perhaps it will do him to speak well about recent events, concerning both the keyword and his father. Seemed reticent to say aught concerning La Brea when the subject was broached. Doubtless his relationship with his father is a fraught one. Yes. The creation of the ward which surrounds Pandaemonium was an astounding feat of magical prowess, a feat accomplished by none other than La Brea. That both you and your father can bind others in chains is perhaps the only thing that we have in common. So it is true. He's La Brea's son, bereft of his talent for magics or his brilliant mind, but his son nonetheless. Surely this doesn't come entirely as a surprise to you. Somewhat as a surprise to me. Apparently not to Elidibus, though. Huh. An inkling when you said you'd practiced ethereal shackles since childhood. Assuming you haven't been employed here quite that long, it had to indicate some long-held connection with La Brea. It was La Brea that taught you how to cast ethereal shackles, but that was it. Your further education was overseen by the words of La Brea, more specifically your mother, who was a researcher there. You did speak of Athena, chief keyword before La Brea. Use your mother, yes? How astute. I can see now why you were chosen to lead this investigation. You have the right of it. Athena was your mother. It was she who invited you to join her there. La Brea had nothing to do with it. Interesting. I see there is little love lost between you two. What I cannot see is why La Brea was appointed chief keyword when no other was already in place. Indeed. Was in place. Oh, she died. And La Brea was all too eager to assume her responsibilities, with nary a moment spared to mourn her. What love do you owe him now when he offered not one drop of compassion then? I see. She is no longer with us. An expression to convey the end of a life. I've known only the public face of La Brea. While he is lauded for his ability to maintain composure in the face of unnerving circumstances, I must admit that he oft comes across as cold. Apologies, but can we speak of something else? This topic isn't an easy one for me to discuss. Of course, there are more pressing matters at hand after all. Namely, how to deal with Hesperos. We have yet to see the other warders. Judging by what we know, we can surmise that Hesperos has confined them somewhere beyond our grasp. Yes. And now that he is aware of our presence, he will be preparing for our next encounter. We cannot expect to face him on equal footing. Quite the opposite, in fact. Every moment we spend chasing after the creations is another moment Hesperos can contrive another advantage for himself. The wisest course will be to find him first and foremost. He said that he has become one with the creations. Perhaps that means he is vulnerable to internment? Interesting theory. In theory, that should be possible. However, is it enough merely to confine him, after all he has done? I need to know why. I need to know what drove him to forsake everything he's worked for. Was it all truly so that he could serve his master? To my mind, he's merely put La Habre's own work at risk in trade for some nebulous power. La Habre is the chief keyword of Pandaemonium. How would throwing it into disarray win his favor? It doesn't make any sense. I share your curiosity, but we must consider that our enemy has us at a disadvantage in every sense. What do you think? Should we seek to put him in fetters, or would it be too dangerous to allow him quarter? If you fail, I can always kill him anyways. Daring as ever, I see. I know not which trials you have faced in your past, but to see you so certain is all the convincing I need. Very well, let us try Ericthonios' plan. Thank you. Yes. I believe I can shed some light on the nature of our foe. When Hesperos spoke with us, I noticed he bore the telltale fangs of the Vrykolakas, a beast which feeds off the ether of its prey. Likely that is the creation Hesperos merged his essence with. So basically he's a vampire. And we know all too well he can change the environment around himself at will. The battle will not be an easy one, but I believe in our victory. Yes. Ether drain. Soul drain. Life drain. Will not be an easy battle. Well, he called himself a Hemitheos and claimed immortality. I know not how he discovered this dark art, but his actions do not bespeak a sound mind. No, they do not. That Hesperos possessed such a lust for power that he would resort to this. Clearly, I misjudged him. I'd like nothing more than to strike him down myself, but seeing you wipe that arrogant grin off his face will taste just as sweet. Yes, well, fourth circle. The perpetrator of the chaos in Asphodelos is revealed to be none other than its keyword Hesperos. Once known for his kindness to both warders and captives alike, he now appears before you as an amalgamation of mythic beast and man, a Hemitheos. Drunk with devotion to La Habre and dripping venom for Ericthonios, Asphodelos' keeper may too be its most fearsome creation. Instant kill. The fourth circle. Come on, DPS. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Asphodelos, the fourth circle. Well then. Hesperos. Some of these faces are familiar. Elegant evisceration? Oh crap, that's Tankbuster. What is that going to do? Okay. Climax. I'm going to just do this. Okay. Oh. 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 That's, oh, it's going to end up a wipe. Yeah. Well. Were we supposed to stand in it? I'm not sure. Watch the Gunbreaker. Shapes on the floor. Sees patterns. Patterns, patterns, patterns. There's the Gunbreaker. He survived last time. How did he do it? Okay, are we going this way? Oh, I see. Dare I ask what that is? Okay, I got it right. Oh, crap. Get out of there. I don't even want to know, do I? Oh, dear. Oh, crap! Okay, so... yeah. Square tells... Element does think. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah. Yeah. Thunder, then water. Okay. You know, when you pull the tank stance on with the warrior, Stuff like that happens. I don't recommend doing it. A little late, wasn't it? This is just the raid line. Okay, now it's water, so we need to be in the center. Oh man, I cannot wait for the savage version of this fight. Wait, is there lightning in there too? Or is that just how it looks? Oh, I see. What's that? Oh, targeted AoE on the party. Lovely. Yikes. Out of that. What the... Okay, so we're doing water first. Then... Oh, great, sludge puddles. Now I pull them over here. And does that again. Bloodrake. I'm gonna get that just in case. Oh, it's... Oh, great. Oh, bother. Oh no, they've never done this before. Wait, is it... Oh, no tank, no healer, no DPS. Easterly shift. Can I close? Yeah, this way. Oh, he's doing it. Ah, I see. This cloudness is no mere affectation, I assure you. Okay, we stand in front of it. Oh. Northerly shift. What's he doing now? Okay, do we stand here? Oh, he's blowing... No. Cape, not back. Sword, cleave. Okay. You're not making it. Oh. Okay, so those need to be hit by anyone that's not a DPS. Which, yeah. Okay, we're learning. We're actually learning. We have to learn for a normal fight. Alright. Maybe we do go to circle that matches our type, I don't know. Kinda doubt it, given how it nuked me instantly when I did. Yeah. Isn't. Which is really weird because Halicarnassus was the exact opposite of that. They got all of us that it didn't, that it played in Stormblood and did Hallie completely off guard with that. Don't remember doing that earlier. Setting the scene for water. Okay, so in normal, Pinax always happens from the center of the arena. In Savage, he's going to change where it comes from. Isn't he? Maybe? I haven't want some arm's length mitigation. It worked. What do you know? That is going to mix it in with another mechanic. Okay. So we want to be out of those when they do that. But I'm not taking like environmental damage or something, am I? No, it doesn't look like it. Okay, water now. It's gonna do a Lime AoE, and then we're going to be spreading. And let's get over into... Why are they going all the way over there? I don't know. Come on, back to center, pal. This is not something I need to mitigate. This baloney is feeling with Ether. And then he's gonna do this. And so I need to stand here. Which is really weird. There's gonna be more of those in Savage, aren't there? Probably won't be as random either. Okay, now we're doing westerly shift, so he's going west, and it's gonna be knockback. Oh, I see. Sword or cape on the thing. Okay, so now it's definitely knockback. Westerly shift and its sword. Okay, now he's going to do this again. Okay. And we need to pass these off to people that are not. Oh, apparently I already hit one? Right, it's thrice converting. 26 was a dip. How did I get... Okay. Someone must have dragged their orb into me without me seeing. Oh. So, does 7C not do damage? No? Okay. Which Pinex are we doing for him? Fire. What's fire? Is that just like a raid wipe? Oh, we can handle this. Stack. Water? Knockback, no problem. Wait, he's doing coils? And poison at the same time. I'll just stand here, I guess. Or I'll stand here. Okay, now we are doing lightning. Ow. Yikes. These are the shift to a sword. Yep, res healer, get LB3. Good plan. Good plan. Dropping like flies. Nice pulse of life. Alright. Okay, this time I need to make certain I do not get... Okay, I'm gonna give you tether to a tank one. No, not a tank one. I do not want a tank one. I do not want a tank one. Crap. Here, give me your DPS one. Oh, crap. Okay. That knockback went off and did not help at all. Okay. Phew, survived it. Alright. Now what? What's first? Ludwig. Swords absorbing ether. I think we're going lightning first. No, fire. Stack, stack, stack. Now lightning. Now let's just come this way. Coils. Water. Keep it nice and center. Okay, we're going south and sword. scraps on that. It was quite generous. Okay. That'll be twice converting and savage. Getting some latency. Awesome. I think we got this one on lock. Boom. Could be worse one. Nice. Oh, achievement get. Boom. Beat the crap out of him. Now, we need to figure out what the heck happened. Oof. Okay. Ooh. Asphodelos. Nothing, if not gentlemanly, and perhaps bloodthirsty. Okay. Just need to run 2 again. Come on. Dang it. Now, Themis, we end this here. Fools. I will not be put in chains. Oh, well done. Then you answer... rather... To think that I would fall before one such as you. Perhaps I should have treated you as more than a mere nuisance. He has elected to take the path of pain. He has chosen death. Despite your victory, you shall never have the knowledge you seek. The secrets of my transformation, the secrets of my deception. They shall return to the star with... You are wasting your breath, Asphodelos. We have the upper hand now. Surely you can see that. Yes, yes. My repertoire is not exhausted yet, however. Although I have failed, my end shall be on my terms. Oh. Suicide, then. You remain loyal to your very last? Come what may, you die with dignity. What? How did your ambition lead you so astray, Hesperos? You were better than that. Your stars shone more brightly than any other in Pandaemonium. You had Labre's respect, his trust. What more did you seek? That you would forsake all that and sully your legacy besides. Dies loyal. Could Lahabrea be the architect? He became so blinded by his own desires that he lost sight of his duty. In the end, he lost everything, and his plans lie in tatters. I fail to see any dignity in that. Even so, I would have liked to know why you chose this path. Hesperos' infatuation with your father was his undoing. Perhaps he was jealous that fate had chosen you and not him to be Lahabrea's son. So terrible did this jealousy become that he sought verboten power, power that Lahabrea would be unable to ignore. How does a pursuit for respect warp one's heart so? How does infatuation with one person turn into contempt for everyone else? I've never heard of such a thing. It's not uncommon as you might think. I've seen it happen a few times. I see. I admit I cannot but find it vexing. Perhaps that signifies not but my own capacity for bitterness. Indeed. I do understand what it is to have a beacon to follow in dark times, a person you trust to guide you true. How it is to desperately wish their light would fall upon you again. But we have spent enough time assuming the intentions of the departed. There are the living to consider. We must find the other orders and round up the remaining creations forthwith. Of that, at least, we can be certain. I believe I can be of help in that matter. The influence of Hesperos' magic is fading throughout Asphodelos. Now is the perfect opportunity to seize control of the facilities and restore things to their original state. Seize control? Can you really do that? Well, he is a Litivus. What? What is this presence? Eric Thonios, what lies beyond that threshold? That's the passage which connects Asphodelos to Abyssos. Why? Be on your guard, you two. Now that Asphodelos is free of obstructions, I can more easily sense the disturbance in the lower levels. Something stirs in Abyssos. Indeed. That symbol. A warding sigil. How? Let us return to the gates for now. I should like to apprise the situation from there. Needless to say, our investigation is far from over. Yes. Most likely. Or at least from Abyssos up. You know there will be 3 wings, so... Although we've defeated Hesperos, it appears we have but scratched the surface of Pandaemonium's troubles. Yes. My head is still swimming with questions, but could this mean that Hesperos wasn't actually behind this? In all likelihood. It is a stark possibility, yes. The root of this crisis may lie somewhere much deeper than even Abyssos. When we first encountered you, you said the memories of your escape were vague and that your senses were muddled. I believe this was more than the result of a panicked mind. You were made to feel this way by a powerful magical influence. It is possible that the same magic could have poisoned Hesperos' heart. boosting his affection for La Habrea into a burning obsession. Then, in his altered state, he was made an offer of power he could not refuse. Wait, are you suggesting that someone else turned Hesperos into that thing? If so, it stands to reason that they wouldn't stop at him. Indeed. Our mysterious mastermind does not lack for subjects for his experiments. Far more potential, Hemitheoi. If what you're saying is true, then my colleagues are doomed to share the same fate as Hesperos. Do not lose heart yet, Ericthonios. Hesperos challenged us alone, and that tells me that the process of his creation was a long and taxing one. If he was the first Hemitheos, then the rest of the warders are likely still alive. However, much as I would like to hasten deeper into Pandaemonium, the way forward is sealed off. We must focus our efforts on finding a way through. With the creation still having free reign of Asphodelos, that won't be easy. On the contrary, I yet retain control of these circles, and thus can wield interment magic within their halls at will. The creatures will pose no threat to us. Just like that. And nothing stopping us from returning order to Asphodelos. Indeed. Just so. I shall require your expertise to keep the peace after the subjects have been returned to their confinement, however. You are Asphodelos' sole remaining warder, after all. Truth be told, I did not expect this investigation to become so involved. Of course, I would like to resolve matters here without resorting to outside help, but... Do you mean to send a report to La Habrea? Too soon to say. Let us first find a way into Abyssos. It would be best to withhold our judgment until we have ascertained the whereabouts of the other warders and the identity of the party responsible for their disappearance. Agreed. Even so, if it means saving even a single life within Pandaemonium, then I'm not above asking La Habrea for help, should it come to that. Recent discoveries certainly paint Hesperos' actions in a new light. The number of unknown elements in this investigation grows, and we must proceed forward with the utmost caution. To that end, Ericthonios and I shall remain here for the time being. Much as I enjoy your company, I do not believe we shall be needing protection for so long as we shall remain in Asphodelos. You should take this time to rest. Surely you are weary, and there may be more battles ahead of us. Thomas's burden may grow heavier in your absence, but he's shown that he's more than capable to bear it. Still, I would help wheresoever I'm able. All we've achieved so far has been thanks to you two, and I mean to repay the debt I owe. I don't know what use I can be outside of placating the creatures, but I'll find a way. Nonsense. You lost nothing. It was thanks to your knowledge of the magics which govern this place that we were able to come this far. Otherwise, we would have likely succumbed to the hippocampus assault. Indeed. Each of us has arrived at this dire pass by separate paths. But it is only by combining our respective expertise that we will reach the end of it and see Pandaemonium saved. Thank you, Themis. Hesperos' words seem to have affected me more than I realized. Together we've come this far, and together we'll reach the end. I have no doubt we will. Even so, let us allow all this as rest. Besides, you have someone awaiting an eager report on your progress, yes? I dare say your story will be much more than they ever imagined. Yes. My friend would be very curious to hear what has occurred here. However, I fear that if I left Pandaemonium, the wards protecting it would quickly deteriorate. Nobody does not mind assuming some of my duties in the meantime. Well, that will be interesting indeed. That's them acting as Elidibus. What could go wrong? Ah, so you don't serve the convocation. I suppose I needn't worry about you going behind our backs to crave favor with La Brea. Why would I ever do that? Can I just, like, walk out of here? Huh. Must be a cleansing spell. That is a spell designed to prevent escapees, but also designed to cleanse any trace of verboten magic from any warder or visitor. Right. Oh, that's right. That's not going to show up until I pill of these. Aporia. Okay. Oh, we got a spare bond on the Moonlight ring. Get close to the rest. Huh. So much that's happened. Yes, recording the ethereal signatures of each and every crystal in his recent orders. As Lily says, you're honored to be given such an enormous and monumental assignment. Wow. He's using you and you don't even mind. You've kept reports on recent events as vague as we can manage. Even if we wish to do otherwise, not much of notice transpired here as of late. Welcome back. None the worse. Where? What'd you find? Well, a great deal of trouble happened deep in the past, for which I seem to have been tasked with resolving this trouble. So there's evil afoot in Pandaemonium, an already ominous place. Yes, indeed. Mythic beasts and missing warders. Truly are fortunate to see you return to us in one piece. It appears the voice all is heard from the crystal spoke with truth. As for who left behind and why, those are yet questions to be answered. Yes, indeed, it could be someone who lived among the ancients, or it could be someone trying to avert a tragedy from the future. Much remains shrouded in mystery. Yet, ilm by ilm, we shall unveil that mystery with the help of Aldous, of course. By his actions was the fabric of the past reshaped, yet he returns to the same present he left, which can only mean one thing: that his intervention in Pandaemonium's crisis is but one of the countless building blocks of history upon which our present has been built. In other words, you grandfather paradoxed yourself in reverse. There's no telling what consequences would arise if we stop pursuing this matter now. Whatever plot is unraveling within Pandaemonium, we must not let it reach its conclusion. If one of those creatures should escape, what ripples would carry forth to the future? Indeed. They might wreak havoc upon the world of the ancient days, and their disrepair would leave an indelible mark upon history's pages. Oh, and their despair would leave an indelible mark upon history's pages. That despair would only feed the terrible beasts that arose during the final days. Yes. First final days already had a drastic effect on the eons that followed. If the scars it left were made even deeper, then we risk losing our present entirely. Yes. Whatever the cost, our connection with the future of Elvis must be preserved. I know I've asked much of you already, but can I count on you to continue your work in Pandaemonium? Happily, it's the next raid tier! Your tireless efforts are much appreciated. If there's aught we can do to ease your burden, you need only say the word. Speaking of which, might you return the crystal into our keeping? While we cannot accompany you to the past, perhaps something can be gained by researching it further. Ah, it shines just as splendidly as the day we met. We shall begin work right away, but I cannot promise any meaningful results for some time. And as matters in Elpis seem to be in a similar state, I must ask that you rest. But before that, allow me to make an introduction. As our research moves into its critical stage, I found it only suitable to recruit another assistant. Mylene is an expert in armaments from throughout history, be they from the far-flung past or made in the most modern forges. Should you find aught of interest in your ventures, bring it here and she will be glad to offer her services. We know researchers in numerous fields that would love to get their hands on artifacts from bygone eras, and would give you goods in return that should aid you in trials ahead. Furthermore, if you ever wish to peruse the records of events you have reported here, named Gigi has been taking faithful and thorough notes. She is at your complete disposal. I sense that we've embarked upon something monumental, something that will dwarf all else I have accomplished in my many years of research. How many years of research can he have? He seems to be in his 30s or 40s. I can think of no greater honor nor reassurance than to have your capable assistance in this endeavor. If there is anything to be found that will contribute to your success, we shall find it. We shall not rest until we have unlocked the mysteries of this crystal, and you will be the first to know when we do. Actually, he seems to be more like in his 20s, but... Okay, give me quick arm. Boom. HQ. Alright, let's get a look at this gear, right? Alright. What do we got? There we go. Okay. Cannot say I'm a fan. At all. Oh, I see. It's based on the forearm gear, so it's meant to look Charlayan. Maybe once we get the diable version, I can make something that looks interesting out of that. But I'm not a big fan of that chest piece. It looks really weird. And the frills on the boots. What the heck? Yeah. Well. Alright. So. Now that I've completed the raids, I think we're going to wrap it up from there. And I will see you all next time. As soon as I know that the tank balance changes in patch 6.05 are not going to be any kind of major changes, I will go ahead and finish up the best tank for beginners video. I've got the script ready. I've had it ready for quite some time. I just need to make sure that we're not going to see any more significant changes to tank balance with patch 6.05. Right now, there's a lot of people that are saying that Warrior's overpowered. I want to make certain that Warrior isn't going to get any kind of major nerfs to its self-healing in 6.05 before I make the guide, because that could affect my before I make the video, because I don't want it to affect the rankings. So right now, first and second are pretty close, and if Warrior gets their healing nerfed, that could affect things, so we are going to wait 2 more weeks on that, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.